working on getting things right. As I said, the field is crowded, we have to reposition ourselves. And how do we do that? We said now we have to focus on two things. Building our human resources. When we say building, we mean training them, equipping them, and their welfare and their professional development. At the same time, changing attitude to work. The public sector in this country and many other countries, I think, needs to double up. You can do anything. You can have PhD, you can have whatever, but there is one thing that you need to make this country and other countries grow. That is commitment to work, patriotism. An emperor once said, I don't need scholars. All I need is patriotic citizens. And I think he's right. When you have patriots, you can move mountains. GRTS, we want to change the narrative, encourage people, instill in them commitment to work, take care of their welfare, equip them and develop them professionally. The next line is equipment. The broadcasting world or landscape has changed tremendously. What was the best some 10, 20 years ago is now obsolete. We need modern equipment to be able to do things in a modern way that can be sustainable, at the same time attractive. Digital Gambia is part of that project, trying to modernize and, as Mr. Silikan has explained, make GRTS more digital. And in so doing, we've taken some steps. Training of personnel. We've trained almost all the sectors in GRTS, all the departments. People have been trained. And we have this gentleman understanding with the Minister of Higher Education to train our people up to BA level, degree level. This is important because when you improve people's professional development, you get the best out of them. The other thing that we did, we've been following GRTS, any function that the head of state is attending, we cover it live. Even if it is up-country, where internet is a challenge or other logistics are a challenge. This was not the case some 2-3 years ago. But we reposition ourselves, reorganize ourselves, and see that we have to do this thing. Because people must have information, as the information minister said. When people don't have information, they create their own. That's what brings these rumors and all those things. So we're trying to make GRTS to reach everybody and everybody to reach GRTS. The other step that we did, basic as it may seem, Radio Gambia, as it is known, that is GRTS Radio, used to be called Radio Combo when we are young. Why? Because reception is much better only around the Combo. Up-country has always been a challenge. I'm happy to inform you, as we are speaking, GRTS Radio or Radio Gambia is on satellite for the first time ever. It means you can get GRTS wherever you are. Whether you are in the Gambia here or you are outside, you can get GRTS. And we're also working on an app. The modern generation or younger people prefer to watch or to listen using their telephones. How best can we reach them? We said, let's develop an app. That work is in progress, and Allah willing, in the near future, or maybe in the next few months, that one will be done. And anybody can download the app and be able to listen or watch GRTS programs. How is this important, or why is this important? As I say, basic, but very, very important, because if we keep people engaged with the national broadcaster, it would be even interactive. You can comment, you can do whatever, and we'll know how best to engage you and how best to share information with you. The other thing, we're trying to reach all corners. We said, let's localize GRTS. The head office is here. We have another branch in Basel. But can we have GRTS in all the regions? Can we localize it? Like, for example, if you have GRTS in Biam or Foji or in Kanila or in Basel or whatever, instead of relaying the main programs that are happening at Mile 7 here, they can do their own local thing. They can domesticate, they do their own local programming. In so doing, we say we're going to do a pilot project in Mansa Kompo. We opened a radio in Mansa Kompo, and that process is ongoing. We are the tail end. If we open the GRTS station in Mansa Kompo, that will be the first time that has been done since in the 1970s when GRTS Basel was opened. So that's a step towards getting GRTS closer to the people. The other aspect, I said, technology, we need to improve, we need to modernize. GRTS studios at Mile 7, that is the radio, were opened in 1971, when some people in this hall were not here. That's a long time ago. Since then, nothing substantial was done to modernize that place. We are happy to report to you, we've modernized that place. One of the studios, we've modernized it to make it an audio-visual studio. We can report that it is highly technical, state-of-the-art, and one of the best. So that's an achievement that we think can greatly help GRTS move forward. Not only technology, you get the equipment, if you don't get the programming or you don't get all the things right, nothing would work. So we're trying to get the programming right, trying to get everybody involved. Recently, if you take note, we advertise in the newspapers for people to send in program ideas to see who has the best ideas. Independent producers, everybody's welcome, because we believe theaters belong to everybody. We may be the ones opportune to be working there at this period and time, but it doesn't mean we own. And ideas can come from anywhere. So we said, let's open it up. Whoever has ideas, let them bring the idea, we look at it, work together and see. And we are happy to report that many people responded. We'll discuss and see. This is necessary to create interaction. Let people feel they own the station, they own the institution, they are part of it, so that whatever is coming out of it, they'll see it as their own and they will own it up. So that is one of the projects that is ongoing. We go to Basse, as I said, in the 70s, a radio station was opened there. We are trying to go further. We are working on opening a television station in Basse. Again, the same thing, trying to get the station closer to the people. Before doing that, people who know Basse, or we know Radio Basse, it's a massive land. But then, before, it was just an open space. Anybody can come and enter, nothing is secure. So people even use some part of it as a dump site. Nothing you can do with it because you are here. Somebody can dump something maybe 500 meters away from you at night or whatever, you would know. It was not in the best of its state. It shouldn't be that way. When we came in recently, we said we have to change the situation. Credit to many others who did try to do it, but unfortunately they couldn't do it. Why? Because of what somebody mentioned here. Our biggest challenge, I think that's true for all of us here, is income, resources. That's our challenge. But then, it shouldn't stop you from doing what you want to do. Sometimes you have to think outside the box. And we did that. We said, okay, we don't have the money to do this on our own. Let's partner with others. We walked to the armed forces, the chief of staff. We explained to him what we wanted to do, and he got on board. He said he would support us, he would give us his technical team, the engineering team of the military. We buy the equipment and they do the job for us, and they did it. Today, if you go to Basse, it is not the way it was 2, 3 years or 30 years ago. We've secured the place. And besides securing the place, we've made it safer, more attractive, and more conducive to the people working there. And the next step in that evolution is to have a television substation down there. Therein, GRTS will still, as I said, get closer to everybody. Another area I mentioned, finance is our challenge. It has been a challenge for so long, but we've done something about it. Maybe I shouldn't say it here. If I do, the Minister of Information will not fight for more funds for GRTS. But it's good for the public to know. GRTS has been living on overdraft. Like Modi is here, he's been with GRTS for 1 million years, he can attest to that. The finance director is here, there are many people here who know GRTS. That story is no more. GRTS overdraft, no. No overdraft. To give you a basic example, 1 by 10, if you have to pay 1 by 10, before we didn't have the money, what we do is we go to the banks, take loan, or to these microfinance agencies, we take loan. And we pay interest on that. That has stopped. Now we pay 1 by 10, 20 or 30 days before the day. We've stabilized our income. Recently we bought a brand new generator, costing us millions of dollars. The generator we had was here, as I understand, 2004 or thereabouts. It outlived its purpose a long time ago. Every year we'll say we want to replace it, we'll try, no funds to do that. This year we did it. We've changed it. We've brought a modern state-of-the-art generator. A basic thing that should not be used, but it has to be used because of the circumstances. When electricity goes down, GRTS has to go down, and that's not good for us. GRTS shouldn't go down even when electricity goes down. So we have two backup systems now. We have a backup system that uses inverters and batteries. When electricity is down, GRTS will not go down for some minutes. Now a generator is added, it means it will never go down, unless if there is a serious technical hitch, which we pray shall not happen. So we are moving forward. Still, the challenges are enormous. As I said, technical wise, the outside broadcasting van we are using, you'll be amazed if I tell you when it was purchased. If I say 10 years ago, that's a long time. 20 years ago, that's a long time. It was purchased in 1995 or 1996. Sorry, Mas, maybe you confirm. 96? 96. I was in school in 96. It's the same outside broadcasting van that we are using. That's a major challenge, but discussions are ongoing with the Honorable Minister. I must say the Honorable Minister is very, very concerned and very, very, what should I say, responsive. Whatever idea we bring to him, he takes it up. In fact, he owns it. We are working with him, working with the government to see how best we can replace that one. Because if you look at our peers in the neighboring countries, these are countries that are of the same status with us. They are all LDC, least development countries, least developed countries. But then, when you visit them, you see what they have. When you come back here, you see what we have. You realize we are not even 0% near to what we need to be a public broadcast. But to the dedication of the team, of the staff, we have very, very, very hard-working people. People who can do magic. People who work with this obsolete equipment and they still produce results. They produce results. If I didn't tell you this, you wouldn't know. Our outside broadcasting was bought in 1995-96. They produce results. Because we keep modernizing it, bringing some equipment, fixing it, but still we need a holistic system. So I must commend the staff. We have people who are doing very well. The reverse is also true. We have people who have to carry along, which is true in all institutions. But the staff are commendable. They do magic. Sometimes you criticize GRTS, you don't this, you don't this, you don't do this, you don't have this. But you have to look, people cannot give what they don't have. It's not possible. You only give what you have. If you don't give me the equipment, if I'm a soldier, best trained, I am this and this and that, I don't have a gun. If I go to battle, I'll be the first one to be captured. So people need to be well equipped. And GRTS, the government is doing its best. The OIC, the government did very well for the OIC. We must commend the Honorable Minister, the Chief of Staff, and the credit goes to the Head of State, His Excellency President Adam Obaro. He stood for us very well. Formally, GRTS, two or three camera men have to share a camera, not many cameras, since day one. As I was speaking to you today, every camera passing in GRTS has your own camera. For the first time, it has never happened. We bought, if I could remember, 20 or 20-something new cameras. So that side has been taken care of, thanks to the government. During the IC, they supported us very well. We have what we call a data center. If you go to established media houses, what they do is, when you bring in your ROSs or whatever, you send it somewhere, and the editors will pick it from there. GRTS, for the past 30 years, we've been operating a different system, manual system. We come, do this for me, do this for me. Not convenient, not modern, not aesthetics. That has changed too. Due to the funds we got from OIC, we have a very solid data center. Everything is centralized in one place. You don't need to run and hustle. You can do your things online and get it done fast and quick. So again, we commend the government for that. They've lifted us up. If you look at our pictures on television, they are HD quality. Our pictures are HD quality. That all came after the OIC. We revamped our studios. Though we still have more work to do, which I will come to. We have a lot of work to do, But we've gone a step far. As the Chinese would say, the journey of 1,000 miles begins with a step. If you take a step, you are sure you'll go somewhere. But Mali said the same. He said, you will never finish if you don't start. We have started a long time ago, and we are gaining speed. GRTS again, as a public broadcaster, cannot be successful in what it does without the patronage of the citizens. How would the citizens patronate GRTS? It has to be two ways. One, we are responsible, we the management and staff of GRTS. We have to come with something interesting, something captivating that is worth people's time. Two, the public too must realize that we are them. It is called the Gambia Radio and Television Service. You must patronize your own. You must love your own. If you don't love your own, you keep watching or listening to others, your own will never be the best. The Olaf said, Jambar Amut, could you tap Jambar? The people you are viewing, CNN, BBC and others, they do what they do, fine, very well. But if their people didn't patronize them, they wouldn't reach the level that they reach. We have to realize that we own this institution. We own the programs that are coming. They are geared towards our entertainment, development, or whatever. Let's patronize GRTS. Sometimes you hear people say, GRTS, you people are doing well. But sometimes you hear, GRTS, man, what is it on GRTS? If you don't say that GRTS, we say it on something else. So by say, and the board and fake as a bottom. So you have to take charge. You have to love this country. You have to, the media is an agent of socialization. The media socializes you, or us. What you see, what you hear, goes a long way in developing your character. And as a socialization agent, it is better you get closer to something that is similar to your culture or is a reflection of your culture rather than other things. The media reflects or it leads. How does it reflect? As Sankano was saying, social media is a reflection of us. What we do here, our gossip or whatever, that's what we pour there. Very true. It's a reflection of us. The reverse can also be true. The media can also try to be a leader of society, leading society to another dimension. This society is good at insulting, good at good. Okay, can we change the narrative? Let's encourage them to be doing the opposite. Like if you look at our these channels, some of them, anytime we have TV break or interlude, dancing, not bad, very good. You go to other cultures, when they have breaks, they bring something educative, documentaries or things that can teach you something. We need to go towards that level. Things that people can learn, things that can show us to be better people. And our languages as well. As I said, I always argue this thing, even well before I became DJ at GRTS. I say, it's unfortunate we couldn't change it, that's the reality, but it would have been much better this way. We use our languages far more than we use the English language. Why? There is no Tubab ethnic group in this country. We do the news in English, and after we translate it to our people, in all of Mandika or whatever, why not we do it in our language, and later we translate it to the Tubab? I understand English is the official language of this country, so there's nothing we can do with that. But I'm just trying to tell you the importance of using our languages. And GRTS, we are trying to do that. Now what we encourage is, whatever programs we do, we encourage you to use the local language. Let people hear people speaking their own languages. Let them hear Olaf, let them hear Manjako, let them hear whatever. Then they will own the programming. But as I said, socialization, because we've been socialized to think that anyone who speaks better English is better or maybe more sophisticated, when it's not the case. It's just a medium of instruction and a medium of communication. You go to Japan or you go to China, you meet people who are very good at what they do. They cannot speak English, they cannot speak French. And I've done my research, maybe somebody can challenge me. I've not seen any developed country in the world where the medium of instruction is in another language that is not theirs. I haven't seen any. England, they use English. Italy, they use Italian. China, they use Mandarin. Japan, Japanese. Any country that is classified as a developed nation, they read and write in their own language. Because you understand your own language better than any other. The people we call stupid, the people we call they are not smart. They are not smart in the other person's language. When they are using their own language, oh, they are fantastic. They are very, very fantastic. There is this joke in the olden days, Jawara's time, in Parliament, some people were not very good at English language. You can say, in Parliament they wouldn't say anything, or if they would say something, they wouldn't express it very well. When they come out, I heard they will say, so you see, it means they have the idea, but how would they be able to express it? They could not because of the language barrier. The other basic things, going back to basic skills, still for you to understand the context of GRTS. Basic things like King Fahad Mosque, Eid prayers, Korite. We always do live for radio, but we've never been able to do live television until some 2 years ago because of just basic challenges. It tells you how the state of GRTS, the help it needs. When we came, we were able to overcome that. Now we do that one live. So it means we have basic structural weaknesses that we need to address. And they can be addressed in many ways, resource-wise, as I said, professional training, as I said, and attitude to work as well. This attitude to work, wherever I go, I say, because I've been a Pan-Africanist since my school days, and I believe it's long overdue, or it's past the time that we put the blame on outsiders for our problems. Our problems are our problems. We know our problems. Let's fix them. We keep blaming the West. Yes, they contributed, but they've gone home. They left us here. We still couldn't do our best. All of us want to migrate and go and live there. And when we go there for the next 10 years, we'll destroy the place. If they come here, they'll build it again because of attitude. I asked one professor, who divided Africa? He said the Europeans. I said, okay, good. He said, but they've gone a long time ago. If we are unhappy with their divisions, let's unite. Why can't we? They created Senegal, they created Gambia, they created Kenya, but they've gone. And you still blame them? No. Just in your own house, you have 3 or 4 brothers. You say the same thing. Somebody came and divided and said, okay, you be on your own, be on your own. Okay, you couldn't do anything about it. You agreed, reluctantly. The person left died 2 years or 3 years ago. You people are still divided. You cannot come together. And you still blame that person. He created the division. But come back if you are unhappy with the division. But we don't. We cherish these divisions. People in the Gambia will defend Gambia to the death. Gambia. People in Kenya will defend Kenya. Even for us to come together to trade is a problem. For us to say ideas is a problem. For us to cross borders is a problem. We need to look at those things. It might be side, but it's not a side. I'm just telling you because media and communication engulfs everything. Everything. Freedom of speech, as my brother said, the Honorable Minister, this government has given people freedom of speech. People are free to say whatever. But then, we are free to say what we want to say. But do not be free to say what will harm and hurt other people. That is not part of freedom of speech. And freedom of speech is not a foreign reality here. It's something that has been here for a long time. In the olden days, or 200 years ago, whatever it is, they want to be king or whoever. Others could not do so. I know my time is running out, but then this is what we have for you.